Got some interested helpers now. Ducks, hopefully weathered in for the most part. A great spot. It's a shelter. It's a windbreak. It's going to be an area where the cows can bundle up together, eat their bales, and keep warm. These guys fed some cubes. What do you think, Chief? Hey everyone, welcome back to the farm. It's Brad with Batchelder Family Farms, and today is one of the hardest days on the farm, and really the next week. And it's a little more than I think I've experienced in 40 plus years of being alive. We have in the Kansas City area a possible blizzard moving in, and it keeps changing, but we could get upwards of 15 inches of snow, and for the next 7 to 10 days it's not supposed to be above freezing. And we have to get all of these animals ready, get as much out ahead of this storm as we can get, in hopes that we can keep them warm and healthy and watered, and be ready for everything else that Mother Nature might throw at us. So we've got a long day ahead of us. Hope you stick around and enjoy the video, and let's go see what we can get done on the farm today. Here's always worry number one, getting ready to try to start the tractor. Gonna let it warm up while I do some of the other stuff. So the plan with this is I'm gonna feed ahead a bunch of hay. I'm gonna feed 6 bales to the cattle. I'm gonna feed 2 more. The bison already have 2 bales of hay. I'm gonna feed 2 more to the bison. Saw Tricky in the video, and we've got some of our mini cattle at Tricky. We're gonna feed them an extra bale closer to their overhang, and then going to try to put some wind blocks up around the ducks, around the pigs, to just try to keep that winter snow and air off them as much as we can. And then I'm gonna try to put some bales of hay inside our barn, and then be able to park the tractor in the barn in hopes that in a couple days, 3 days, if I need to use it, I'm going to be able to start it and it won't be outside in all of the snow. So if everything goes well, it should just take a few hours, and we'll be able to head back inside. So started filling up waters all the way to the top, put in extra waters for all of our animals. We have these, you can kind of see them down here by the duck pen, these tubs. I have a bunch of those laying around just so I can use as extra waters. And I went and picked up a bunch of square bales from a guy we get our broom hay from, just to have ahead of time. So I'm gonna get that unloaded from my truck, get it stacked, and start working on the pig pen here. All right, spikers and brick. So we have them in 2 stalls here. I'm gonna put this board on the bottom and then put a tarp over the top. Should keep out the air and a bunch of this snow. Last year we just did the tarp only, and these big guys kept walking through it to get outside. So I'm going to put this board on there, and then we'll use the stall door to let them in and out, because we don't have a door on this stall yet. Well, project 1 completed. Got my father-in-law Donnie here helping again. He's a glutton for punishment. We've got some concrete blocks on the bottom. We've got that board right on the outside. There's some holes in it. Hopefully the wind doesn't get too bad. I mean, there's gonna be a little crack, but these guys should be able to be in here and stay out of that wind. Don't know if you can see it on video, but you can definitely see it on the ground. The snow's coming in early. I think there's a chance of it, and I think it's supposed to stop. It's still in the upper 20s. We've got some time right now. Getting ready to get on the tractor. We're gonna start feeding hay to the cattle and the bison. Got the 6 bales fed to the cows. Didn't bring you along, didn't record any of that because it's just not as exciting. I'm just feeding hay. Getting ready to do the same thing with the bison. It's gonna be a little bit different. Donnie's gonna go up, and like you've seen Sawyer and Jenna do for me before, try to distract him with cubes. And I'm gonna get in and feed him hay. I've got to flip over. Chief keeps flipped over a mineral tub, knocked out the thing in the mineral tub or in the protein tub, flipped over a mineral tub as well. So I'm going to try to put it up against the fence and tow strap it to the fence. And then I'm going to get another mineral or another protein tub just so they have it in there, so they have extra protein along with the cubes and everything that we feed them during this time of year. Just how we planned it. Getting in the gate here, I'm going to drive in, then I'll close the gate behind me and cut the wrap before I feed the bales. So I noticed this with all the bales I fed the cattle. Some of this wrap is already freezing to the bale, making it a little bit difficult. If I don't put these in the barn and I let them sit out, it is going to be so hard to get the net wrap off of them in a couple days if I have to feed more hay or whenever that time comes. So hopefully I can get all this extra hay in the barn and not have to deal with that. Here's the protein tub that Chief had flipped over and knocked completely out. Luckily it's ended in this where we put hay. And this is the mineral tub he's been playing with, so I'm gonna roll this over to the fence and tie it to it. Got some interested helpers now. Did you guys just notice I was in here? Got everything fed with the bison. I'm just gonna go back in here in a little bit and feed them cubes in the pasture, whatever Donnie didn't feed, keeping them away from the gate. Over here with Tricky and the donkeys, I mean, this is mainly for them, the mini cattle. They've got really thick coats, but we have been feeding them hay down here, but with this stuff coming in, I'm gonna put it up here closer to their windbreak. They're on the south side of the barn here, so putting this right here so they have some ability to stay out of the snow completely and eat to stay warm, because that's what animals do. They eat to stay warm. I didn't ask him to do this, but Donnie is down there putting that mineral tub with the tow strap to the fence, so hopefully Chief leaves it alone. We're gonna look at our pig pen, well, all three of our stalls from the outside, and that tarp and board is just beautiful, isn't it? While I'm right here and can really see this is a bale of hay from this year, and you can look, there's hardly any brown around the outer edges. It looks really good. And you look over here, this bale, look how fresh it looks in the middle, but there is a lot more brown on the outside. This is a last year's bale. So that hay is still really good, a 2023 bale. We've just lost more on it, especially on the top where it's gotten rain and leaves have fallen on it, compared to a 2024 bale that still looks almost completely brand new. Check this out, we're getting ready to move our picnic table inside. Look how green this grass is that's been covered by this picnic table. The animals would love to have that right now. Look at that goodness. This is a Purina 38% protein tub that we're using for the bison. We actually like the cattle love those. We like the one we get from Chillicothe, Missouri, Millbank Mills for the bison. It's an all natural protein tub. But I've got those, the 4 we have left, all covered up. I don't want to uncover them for this big snow. I had this one out, so I'm just going to feed them this. It'll take them a little bit longer because they don't love it as much. Hopefully Chief down there doesn't flip it over like he did the others. Who knows? Did not get the 6 stacked in here that I wanted, so we got 3. But we've got the tractor in here. Putting another bale would have pushed the back of the tractor out. I could have taken the spike off the back, but I was able on the other side. Oh, there's the help. What's going on?
Trying to find your staples.
Oh, got 2 bales over here at the garage door. Jenna's enjoying this winter weather, so we've had to move a bunch of stuff back, but we got 2 bales over there. So I've got 5 bales inside. Hopefully that gets us through the next week plus, and I'm able to start the tractor and do all of that stuff. If I do have 10 bales of brome hay that I can supplement animals as well. What's up, Mr. Buck? You can really tell Buck's winter coat is in thick, as is Elsa's. Their stall is open right now, right here next to the pigs. But tonight I'll come in and before all this snow and stuff hits, and I'll bring them in here and we'll lock them in here tonight because they don't love to be in here. In fact, when it's snowing and everything, they'll probably try to stay outside. And we're gonna make them come in, especially since this door right here faces the north. That way it keeps that snow and sleet out from blowing in here, hopefully. We've already got our water heaters plugged in. That's a huge pain. You can tell we've got a couple heat lamps for the pigs, extension cord here with a water heater. You can see the steam coming off of it. Already everything's frozen, so we refill everything by 5-gallon buckets. Outside, I'm going to show you there is a bunch of extension cords and hoses and that stuff laying on the ground. Hose, extension cord, hose. Down here at the ducks and the chickens, there are some more hoses. Some more extension cords. You got a water heater going in for the chickens, water heater for the duck. It's just kind of what we have to do for the winter. We've gotten better each year. Next year I would like to have electricity run down there, so we're have outdoor plugs and everything is down there, but we haven't got to it yet this year, so extension cords it is. When things are freezing, we plug them in. When they're not, we unplug them to try to limit having that electricity running there the whole time. Hoses I leave running down the hill in hopes that the water will drain out and I can come back and use them when it freezes, but unfortunately the water didn't drain and they are completely iced through. Finish filling both of these 5-gallon buckets. We'll truck them down to the chickens and the ducks and get them some fresh water today. One chicken in the barn has no way out because we've closed off all the exits. I'm going to have to try to catch her. And there she goes. I guess we had one exit open in Buck and Elsa's pen because I haven't closed it yet. First corner tarp on. Like I said, I'm going to go all the way on the north and then some across the back. When we built this summer, we had tarps over the top. Didn't work very well. I don't know that these are going to work, but got to try something. Do the best we can to keep them as warm as possible. I think the ducks will be okay. I'm going to put some extra straw down. As long as their feet stay warm, they have food and water, which they'll have all of that. So just a little extra warmth and really trying to keep as much of the snow out of their pen as possible. Ducks hopefully weathered in for the most part. Donnie got him some fresh straw there and he's finishing up this one. Got him fed, got him some fresh water, and then water with a heater. Leave a couple of these empty, these little tubs, and that way over the next week, if anything gets frozen, we've got I can pour them in and get them some fresh water. So these guys and girls should be good for hopefully a while now. While I'm out here already, I'm gonna take you through, show you where we put hay for the cows, why we put it there. We'll feed the bison some cubes and then we'll call it good. And Dean and Owen, Dean is turning 7, Owen is turning 4. Their birthday party, Dean's born on January 5th, Owen's on January 15th, so their birthday party at the same time. And of course, all this winter weather's moving in. We have the birthday party, so I'm gonna try to pull that off for them and get in and out of the party before the weather really hits. But while I'm out here, so I try to do a few different things, feeding them in locations. One, the biggest thing is that when this freezing cold hits, I'm gonna have to be breaking ice by the pond. This is the first year ever. This is year number, well, we've now officially owned, well, I guess as of next week, this property for 10 years. This is our 9th winter, and this is the first time ever we haven't had water in our creek. The neighbor that lives north of us built a big, huge pond, and it's taking all the water right now. So hopefully those are filled up. The pond's filled up by next winter, and we have running water again. We'll see. But one area here is kind of the bottoms. Our creek is right there, but this area is really nice. My neighbor that lives just north of me has all of this, everything on the other side of this fence line, and it's all treed, and it's a really good wind block. And when it really hits, winter really hits, the cows spend a lot of time right here. And actually last winter, if you happen to watch that video, went back and watched it, we prepared for a bad winter storm coming in. Oh, that was 2 winters ago. And I put tarps all around. We had a temporary corral up here, put tarps all around it. It was ready for the cows to be able to hunker down right by the water, right by hay. And the cows came and spent 4 or 5 days in that spot down there because they like it the most. So I didn't mess with that the last couple of years. But I've got a bale here in this feeder. I put a bale there and a bale on the back side of this pond dam here. And you can see the cows, a big bulk of the cows are up here right now in this pond. I'll always make sure I have a few bales over here because they've got to be able to get to that water quick and easy. I'm going to take you back across the creek, show you the last 2 spots. What's up, dude? Show you the last 2 spots. We put hay for the cows, and then we'll go feed the bison. Big nemesis of almost every Midwestern farmer are these highly invasive eastern red cedars. When we bought our farm, this area was actually covered in eastern red cedars. There's probably half of the trees left that were here before. But the reason I've left a decent amount of them is for this right here. In the winter, it is a great spot. It's a shelter. It's a windbreak. It's going to be an area where the cows can bundle up together, eat their bales, and keep warm. And I've put a bale here and a bale back there. Those are the 2 best areas where I have the most eastern red cedars bulked together. You can tell I've put a lot through here. When this snow comes, what's on the ground isn't really going to matter for a while because the cows, it'll be underneath 12, 15 inches, hopefully way less than that, inches of snow. But for right now, it's great because they can lay on it, not have to lay directly on the cold ground and get some extra warmth. Don't know if you've noticed this. KC Buffalo hat I've had. Brand new KC Buffalo vest. Only Jenna and Zach and I have one of these. Jenna and I surprised Zach and I. We actually haven't given it to Zach yet for Christmas. I hope all of you had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. And let's get these guys fed some cues. What do you think, Chief? Their winter coats are thick, full. I mean, just look at the big guy right here. Look how thick his coat is. He is ready for winter. Not gonna love it, but gonna be able to survive it. And I hope to get some good video of this guy and these girls whenever this snow comes, and just seeing how they act and play and what they do in this thick of snow. Neighbor's dog behind us. Big Red got his winter coat on. Still looking good, still nursing off of his mom. He's 6 months now, just over 6 months actually. So we'll be weaning him in probably early March when everything thaws out. Come on. There's the stars right there, Chief and Phyllis. I'm hoping Phyllis is bred. She's looking like she's making a belly, not as big as some of the other ones. Her and Chief will both be 4 this year, so she definitely should be calving for the first time, but never know. We don't preg check them. We just kind of let nature take its course. No reason to put that extra stress on them for us. But the more babies, the bigger the herd gets to grow. And this one right here, I think Elise is pregnant, and she's the one that's getting so close. And I just love how dark she is. She is a beautiful animal. Well, thank you for following along today. It is cold. It's gotten substantially colder since we've been out here. It's probably dropped a good 10 degrees. This windshield. Fairly soon that's going to turn into snow, and overnight into the next day we're should get lots of snow. I'm going to try to wait and show some footage of how much snow we got at the end of this video. So it may be an extra day or two before I get it posted. But I kind of want to see it and show the snow in that video. But thank you for following along today. We're just a small family farm that raised beef and bison and a bunch of different pets, trying to get ready for this winter storm that's coming in. We're located just south of Kansas City, Missouri, and we really appreciate all the support the last few years of starting this channel and doing these videos. Building this for our kids and hopefully future grandkids so they can look back and see where our farm started and where it's come, and happy to get to share that with all of you along the way. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. We hope all of you stay well and warm, and we'll see you back here real soon.